Відкривайте партію. Відкривайте програму чотирина. Все.
І що? Hello? Hello? Can you hear and see me? Good. So I will try to comment one game from today because it's quite late, but okay. So, two young Indians. d4. Another option is g3 here. After d5, white can take and play bishop g2, knight c7, castle e5. This theoretical line. Or, of course, d4 is possible as well. For example, e6, c takes d5, e takes d5, bishop g2, c takes d4, bishop c5. It's quite modern line here. Marozzi system. Okay, so e6, a3. Of course, white has many options. Bishop f4 is possible, knight b5 is possible, g3 is possible as well. After g3, queen b6 is the most popular continuation. a3, bishop e7, e4, castle. It's well-known theory. And now white should play knight f3 because if just develop piece, for example, bishop e3, black has comfortable game after d5. So knight f3, it's the idea to prevent d5. Queen a5 was played already. Volokitin Andrei was inventor of this maneuver with queen a5. Another logical moves for black are d6 or b6, try to play something in hedgehog style. For example, d6, bishop e2, b6, castle, bishop b7, bishop f4, knight e5, knight d2, something like this. Many games was played. It looks like black has quite comfortable version of hedgehog, but okay, not everybody likes to play such type of position. Also is possible to play b6. e5 is possible, but I'm not sure that this is so strong. Black can even play knight e8 and then d6. But if black has fear of e5, they can start with d6, solid style, and then b6, bishop b7. So queen a5. Now knight takes e4 is threat, so bishop d2. If bishop d3, d5, of course, this is idea. Well, it's possible to check as well. This. Because if knight takes d5, bishop takes h7, coming, and king takes d5. this. White has extra pawn, but, well, black has compensation. For example, bishop e6 is possible. Black has two bishops and some compensation for the pawn. So bishop d2, bishop b4 here. Bishop b4, maybe it's possible as well, but yes, maybe it's possible as well. Bishop b4 is, so this, castle, bishop c3, and f6, for example. Black has excellent chances for draw. Well, so bishop d2, queen h5, and now novelty, rook g5, rook g1. It's very attractive move because if white plays normally, black wants to play d5, for example, bishop d3, d5. Like this is what is idea of black. Of course, it's complicated game. White can take, white can just castle as well. After castle, probably black can try this and b6, something like this. Maybe some other moves are possible. For example, rook d8 can be considered. But okay, rook g1, totally different style of play. So white is preparing g4, not immediately. h3, same idea, doesn't work because after d5, g4, black can take on g4. Rook h1 is not protected. So rook g1. And now, if black plays quiet move like b6, I think white just want to play h3 and then g4 and try to utilize unusual position of black queen to organize attack, probably even catch this queen. So d5 is principal, continuation, also possible knight e5 here. White has white choice. So primitively white cannot destroy it because of the queen d4. It's unpleasant for white. Pawn e4 is hanging and rook g1 is hanging, but after knight e5, I don't know. Surely rook g1 was preparation, so I don't know what white was planned. Probably bishop f4. It's a good idea. If knight f3, g takes f3. Try to utilize g line for attack, and not only for king, but also for queen. So d5 looks like very principal. Black is playing in the center, but g4. So very concrete play. Black has no choice. They should take, because if queen g6, knight h4, white simply winning the queen. So knight takes g4, c takes d5, e takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop c5. It's very logical, and now queen e2. Subtle moves. White is preparing long castles, somehow defending f2, and important that black cannot take f2. With knight, obviously not possible because knight f6 check. With bishop also doesn't work because knight f6 check and knight takes h5 and white is winning. So, yes, bishop f2 is blunder. Black plays f5. Okay, it's principle because Black wants to activate his rook f8. But okay, it's also a risky move because king on g8 will be open. For white has white has some motifs with queen c4 check in some moment, so it's not obvious moves. Black has some choice. Bishop e6, however, probably doesn't work, but also necessary to check. For example, if knight f4, queen h6 is my idea. If knight e6, queen takes e6. If knight g5, bishop takes f2. Probably this is playable for black, I don't know. Because after this, my knight is well protected and attacking pawn e4. So it looks like quite good for black, for example. This rook f7. Bishop c4, rook e8. I don't see any special problem for black. Of course, white cannot play king d1 because queen b3 checking potent square. So if image that white has pawn on a2, probably this line would be strong for white. But okay, also, okay, queen b3, black is just winning, but if image that black has no queen b3, also this position not so clear, because black has rook, knight, and pawn against queen, and white has some problems with king. Okay, maybe after bishop e6, white can try something else. Yes, maybe just long castle is possible, for example. Yes, so knight f4 and knight takes e6. Surely it's not only sorry, I'm missing this. So knight d3 is winning. So you are totally right. Yes, so bishop e6 is just blunder. Yes, knight d3 is winning. So so white has threat now, knight f4, and after queen h6, knight d3. Okay, without bishop on e6, black will have queen d6, but anyway, white can take on c5 and bishop c3 is coming. So, white has promising ideas in this position. Also, h3 can be threat now. For example, if rook e8, but okay, rook e8 is possible to consider because if h3, black has queen takes d5. E takes d5, bishop takes f2, and rook takes e2. And what is this? Maybe white is just winning anyway, so bishop takes e2. Bishop takes g1 and d take, sorry, this. And white wins a piece. If knight d4, knight takes g1. Black will have only 2 pawns. There is proposition to play f6 here to prepare queen f7. Yes, also interesting. Yes, f6 is interesting. So how white should play here? Not so obvious. Because if, for example, h3, black can take with knight already. And if queen c4, black can just ignore checks and take proposition. Knight c7, bishop takes f2 check. So it doesn't look like promising for white. Yeah, maybe rook g2 was idea, just defend the pawn. Don't know. But okay, now knight e5 black can play. It's not only move, but quite solid. This, and now black has choice. It's possible to exchange queens. Play this endgame. So I don't know. It's so clear for me. Okay, f6, yes, quite interesting. So if not rook g2, what to long castle probably. But long castle, knight takes f2. Well, we can try this. If knight takes f2, b4. I don't know if it's good or bad. For example, even bishop g4 is possible, or just take it. And now to play something. Bishop g4 or bishop e6 is possible to attack strong knight. And it doesn't look very convincing for white. Yes, f6 looks like very reasonable option for black. Not easy to understand what is the best for white now. So rook g2, knight e5, this. Okay, white can play something like b4. If bishop d4, c1. Now bishop h6 threat, b5 threat somehow. Bishop e6 not possible because knight c7. So probably this was the idea of Gukesh. d4. Knight d4 is hardly possible because white can take. And bishop c4. And then bishop c3 is coming. Black has problem with his knight. So probably rook g2 is my prediction that was planned to play. I don't see anything better. Okay, maybe knight g5 is not the best, however. Maybe something like this is possible to consider. The idea to control c7 square, because if immediately bishop e6, knight c7, unpleasant. So my idea to play bishop d6, and if, for example, castle, bishop e6. Big question, however, how strong it is. For example, this. Because black has many hanging pieces. But okay, for example, this, and white cannot play knight e7 and rook takes d6 because queen c5 is coming. Sorry. But okay, so it was complicated, but in the game, black played f5. Let's see. f6, rook g2. Knight f4. Queen f7. Rook g2. Well, what is this? Queen f7 was only moved because if queen e8, queen c4 is coming, of course, and white is winning the piece. So queen f7, rook g2. I'm trying to understand why not knight g5. It's quite natural, probably. Probably knight d4 is strong. Or just queen e7. Okay, very complicated. So rook g2 he played, and now he wants to play knight g5 in the better moment. For example, if takes knight g5, it's question how strong it is. But maybe strong. For example, if queen f5, rook takes g4. If queen takes g4, queen c4 check. King h8. Still unclear because f4 is hanging. Okay, so f takes e4. Obviously, yes, f takes e4. It's very natural move, and black should check it in first queue. Queen takes e4, obviously impossible because rook e8. Okay, it's very primitive. So knight g5, queen f5. Yes. Yes, probably black is just good. I don't know how to play. Rook f5 line. Even better than rook takes f4. But where rook f5? The knight takes e4. No. Something like this. If knight d4, my idea to play queen c4 check, but I'm not sure. If king h8, long castle was my plan. But now maybe bishop e6 is strong. If queen takes c5, knight takes f3. If knight takes e6, knight takes f3 as well. But okay, it's maybe not so clear. Because if knight takes f3, king d1. This probably But knight takes d2. What is this? But knight takes g7. If king takes g7, knight takes d2. Suddenly, white is winning probably, because if h5, h3 is coming. But okay, this line is very far from forcing. There is queen c4. Aha. Here instead of rook takes f4, rook f5. Maybe. Yes, but okay, what is problem with rook takes f4? Okay, maybe rook f5 is stronger, but is there any problem with rook takes f4? I don't see. Bishop h3 doesn't work because at least black has queen g1 check. After king e2, bishop g4 check, and black is winning. So, white can try to survive. Okay, but this is white is worse. Yeah, okay, rook f5 maybe even stronger, I agree. But okay, we are considering knight g5, queen f5, knight takes e4. So what is this? Rook a8 looks natural, f3. Knight d4, immediately knight d4. Knight d4, it's also possible, yes. If queen c4, knight, bishop e6. I have no time to do anything. Yes, knight d4 is strong. Queen takes g4, queen takes e4. And yes, it's wild game. For example, this, bishop e2. Looks very strange, but is it losing for white or not? What is the best for black? Queen takes g2, knight f4 check. Sorry. Queen takes e6 is possible, but this is maybe equality. King h8. Bravo. What is this? Okay, maybe it's not forcing line, I understand. Okay, so not totally clear. But okay, after simple queen takes e6, queen takes e6, knight takes e6, and surely. Aha, was castle first before rook g2? Castle first. Here, castle. Mhm. Okay, and what is now? If knight s f2, knight g5. Okay, maybe. Okay, totally possible, but black plays queen e7. Probably f takes e4 was stronger. e5. Knight c takes e5. Not obvious, maybe. Knight g takes e5 was possible. Not easy to understand what is better and why. So, of course, white has attacking motifs like this. It's very primitive. Also, bishop c3 is coming. Так, somewhere. Ignore f5. Okay, but what to play? It's difficult to say. King h8 or something like this. But okay, white can play bishop c3. So okay, he took the pawn principally castles. b5. Okay, maybe. Maybe b5 is possible. How evaluate such a position? Just castle, probably. Bishop c3 also was option, but castle is more natural. Okay, he took. Maybe it's not the best. I don't know. Castle. No. Bishop d6. Bishop c3. So white consolidated his pieces. Now rook takes d6 is unpleasant threat and not so easy to understand how black should defend. If rook e8, for example, white can just take here and take here. This looks like Bad for black. So this position. Knight d3 check is impossible because white will take with knight. It looks like black is already under unpleasant attack. Probably knight c6. With bishop b4, where bishop b4? Here bishop b4. No. Here it's hardly possible bishop b4. Black just will take. Okay, bishop c3 is natural. Probably knight c6 was option. Try to defend somehow. Queen takes e7, of course, bishop takes f4. Takes and h3. No, take, I will take on f4 is check. So white cannot take on f4, but white can play queen d2 probably. And then bishop c4 is coming, or h3 in some moment. So bishop b4 here. Knight takes e5. No, after knight takes e5, black can just take. Queen d2, queen e4. Queen e4. Queen e4, just mistake, I will take. And bishop c4 check is winning. So the queen d2 looks white has very unpleasant attack. So knight takes f3 he played. Queen takes f3. Queen c4. Okay, maybe queen c4 as well. After king h8, and what was the recommendation of Swidler here? Rook e1 maybe. What, queen f7? Queen takes f7. Rook takes f7. Unfortunately, bishop f4 doesn't work because it's mate. So rook takes f7 is a remove. Now something like even knight h5 is possible. With threat bishop c4. Okay, so probably Swidler is right. Also rook e8 is threat. Or h3. Yes, probably queen c4 is even stronger. So knight f3, queen takes f3. Now it's obvious that black is suffering because white is attacking only for one pawn, and all white pieces are very active, and black has a problem with development and with hanging pieces. So bad news for black. So bishop e6, h3. Of course, rook e1 is possible, but now queen g5. And still not so clear. Good preparation for Gukesh, but okay, big question after f takes e4. Probably black is fine, so h3, bishop e5. Black is given the piece. Is it so necessary? So if knight e5, queen e3. Black cannot protect. So bishop takes e5 is threat. Also rook takes d6 is threat. this, for example, white can just take and play f4. And if queen takes h6, rook takes d6 is winning. So, if knight f6, knight d5 just wins. Sorry, bishop already. Knight f6 now. Okay, white can just this. Of course, knight e4 is not possible. g7 is hanging. White wants to take on e6 after takes. But okay, this is rook c8 and black still fighting. Also, bishop c4 is unpleasant. Rook c6 probably. King b1 maybe quiet move, and it has many threats. Also bishop b4 in some variation. Okay, maybe something else. They stop it after bishop c4. Okay, but rook c6. I don't see. Oh, of course, very, very promising position for white, but I don't see how white can win by force. Okay, maybe king b1. Black should do. Rook fc8. But now queen takes f5. If rook takes c4, rook takes e6, and white wins. So, maybe queen f7. Black is still alive. My idea, if rook e6, rook takes e6, rook e1 check, and queen takes c4. Bishop c3 is not possible because queen f1 check. So instead of rook takes e6, rook takes e6, rook takes e6, queen takes f5. This is, yes, this is strong. Right. Yes, this is winning because I cannot protect my rook. If rook e8, queen f6, or bishop. Not queen f6, because if queen f6, black has rook c8, and suddenly they are not losing. Rook g7, king f8, and then b5 is coming after b3. But white has bishop takes f6. It's important. Yes, after king f7, bishop is e6. Of course. It's very simple. Yes, so rook c6, just take. Very concrete, but very direct. Okay. Bishop e5. So black decide to give the piece, but it's not enough. Looks like, at least. Rook a d8 he played. Queen a2, queen a2, queen d5. That's the problem. Simply exchange queens and winning. So rook d8, g6. Rook takes d1. Rook takes d1. Why not queen a2 immediately? It can be questioned. Bishop d3 or what? So, what is idea? Bishop d3 is possible, and also takes. Bishop d3 is possible. What is stronger? So this. Okay, we can consider, for example, this. But it's not convincing, this. The black has many checks, for example, this. Even queen b2 check is possible. I don't see how white can win this. Okay, but he played this. I'm curious if white has something more. More simple here. King b2 also possible, for example. So, bishop e5. Takes. Why not? If takes here, black can go somewhere with his bishop. G takes f5. Okay, queen a2. So how to play? Okay, so what is white option? Take on d8 is one option. Bishop d3 is another option. But if bishop d3, black can... Maybe even rook f8 is possible. No, rook f8, white will take on b7. and unpleasant threat mate, and also queen b2 in some line. So rook f8 is not possible, so check this. Yes, probably this was idea, and now this, and king will go to f1. And white is just extra piece. So bishop d3 immediately. But maybe black can take firstly and now play rook fe8. But now I'm considering queen takes b7. Is possible or not? Because if rook takes d3 and queen d6 check, black's idea, if king c2, rook e2, suddenly black is winning. But so this is bad for white. But king c4 is strong. Rook g7, where rook g7? Here rook g7. Rook g7 and queen g3 check. Yes. Good. I like this line. It's quite simple, but yes, rook takes g7 is possible, but maybe bishop d3 is okay. Rook takes g7 very direct, yes, if it works, of course. King f7, where king f7? Here king f7, queen c7 check, and rook takes d8. Bravo. So rook d1, queen takes d1, and now bishop d3. So now he is ready to go with his king. But what was problem with queen d4? Check. This is problem. Black has suddenly too many checks. But, okay, if I play king e2, if rook e8, king f3, black has no time to take my bishop because mate is hanging. So queen c2 is only move. No, my idea was king f3 here. And go to g3 with king. And I think it should be winning. Or even maybe even in this in this position I cannot do it because black will take my bishop. So queen d4, queen a1, king d2, fourth in line. Queen b2, king e3, and now king e2. So queen c2 is only move because rook e8, king f3. So and now king f3. And looks like white is totally winning. So black should take finally on f5 with king or with queen or with rook, but it's just king g3. And white has piece up and attack, so it was totally enough weight for win. Or if with queen, no, perpetual, again king goes to g3, and then king will go to h2, and position is totally winning for white. Queen h5 is possible, but if queen h5, f4 is enough. If not, queen h5, king h2 is winning. It was question if about this king f6, this. A big question where king will go. White has some intermediate checks. King g7, queen g5 is possible. If king takes f5, bishop a3 check, it will be made very soon. So nice. Okay, so now queen d4 was totally enough for win. Also maybe queen d7, maybe even queen d7 is possible. Maybe even this is possible. So white has many ways to win in this position, for example. Something like this. Why should be? Okay, so but queen d4 is more solid because pawn c3 is protected, and okay, but he played bishop d3, probably it's also rook e8, rook g4. Okay, so white consolidated his pieces. And bishop up. So, excellent game. Okay, thanks for your attention. So for today it's enough. I will try to continue. Now it's quite late in Ukraine. Thanks also for subscription. Добраніч.